If you're able to master the simple concept that I'll share with you in this video, your whole life can change. And we're not going to talk about something as complicated as quantum leaping. We're not going to address manifestation. And we most definitely won't be talking about changing our reality. I will share with you the only thing that you need to understand about energetics so that you can move resistance in your life and find flow. Let's dig deep. If you're new here, my name is Maike Gabriela and I'm a human design reader, a deconditioning expert, and the founder of the Transformational Human Design Certification. And I help you create an extraordinary life by aligning energetically and connecting to the purpose of your soul. This is the Human Design Portal, your safe space to decondition so that you can align with the right people, opportunities, and chances. So if you want to deeper understand your energetics, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're feeling lost right now or you're ready to up-level your life, I have created a free guide that you can find in the comments below so that you can understand your energetic gifts and talents and really align with the purpose your soul has come to experience in this lifetime. So here's the thing. You and I both know that the internet is full of resources that promise you they are going to up-level your life. They're complicated, intellectualized concepts, mix spirituality with science, but all of these things are only talking to you about the essence, which is how you need to act energetically to attract and radiate the frequency of your highest self. And so instead of trying to make things complicated and make me feel like I know more than you and using complicated language to describe something that can be so simple, I will break down the easiest, most tangible tool that I can share with you so that you can up-level your life and stop ruminating and wasting your time trying to figure shit out. Human design is the science of your aura. We all have an energetic body that is around 2 arms lengths, 3 meters big. Everything in our life, let me get my matcha. Everything in our life is matter, meaning everything in our life is energy. The moment that you start understanding and owning your energetic authenticity, you will be able to read the energetics of life and remove resistance. And the reason that I became obsessed with human design, it's because it has one specific instruction that is super tangible, and that when you actually apply it, you will notice how your whole life can change. So you've gotten this far in the video. Congratulations. But here's the thing. Just because I said it is a simple step, a simple strategy, doesn't mean it comes easy. Because this is what you need to understand. Your energetic authenticity rules above all else. If you've ever bought a training course of somebody else and you didn't achieve their body, if you ever spent money on a business course and didn't make the millions they made, that is because you did not understand your own personal energetic imprint. You are incredibly unique. You have come here to impact the world in your individual way. And so it is impossible for you to walk the path of somebody else because you have come to walk your own. And only when you own that, you will be able to stand out in the sea of competitiveness, in the sea of like thousands of stars. I always imagine that all of us humans are like stars in the dark night, and we shine the brightest when we own our little weird uniqueness and quirks. And so what happens is that we need to really embody this energetic authenticity, because without it, we're just following people's strategy. And it is crazy to think about, but we have so much access. Everything that we want is at our fingertips, meaning we should potentially be able to achieve everything we want, and yet still we might be here, we might be stuck, or we might be hitting a glass ceiling because we don't know how to get to the next level. So in this video, I'm gonna break down how to actually utilize that one tool that you need to collaborate with the universe to start aligning energetically, to say goodbye to all of these other theories and complex methods that people are trying to sell you. And this is why I love human design so much, and this is why I have decided, I haven't even decided, I felt called, I've been pulled in to teach human design. Because I'm somebody who really is driven by change, impact, and something that is practical. I freaking love astrology. Oh my God, the chaos that we've been through in the beginning of 2025, unmatched. Have I been reading all of the things? Have I been letting go? Have I cutting the cord? Have I learned through the eclipses? Hopefully so. Hopefully so. And I love that shit. But there's nothing that prepares you to be able to challenge life like your energetic strategy. And so in human design, we have the 5 archetypes. We have the projector, the generator, the manifestor, the manifesting generator, and the reflector. And you all have a specific strategy that will allow you to actually embody your true self, so that the universe can communicate with you and you understand its language to move forward in an aligned manner. And I generally don't have anything against all of other tools. Like, I'm not saying human design is the end all of the things, but quantum leaping, manifestation, all of these things are trying to get you to a place where you might not be ready to get to, or they're driving you to a destination that your mind thinks is the right destination, but is actually not planned in your soul. It doesn't matter how strong you manifest or quantum leap the shit out of your life to achieve X, Y, and Z, if X, Y, and Z is not meant in your destiny. And I hate to break it to you, but we are just not smarter and don't know more than God's fucking plan. Maybe I shouldn't be swearing and using God in the same sentence. But you get what I'm trying to say, okay? So let's break down the strategy for each energy type so you understand what you need to do to find your soul's purpose. Okay, my dear projector, you need a way to be invited. Why do you need to be invited, and what does that actually mean? So because you have a penetrative aura, you're always focusing on other people, and you need to understand that you are in your divine feminine, that you need to step back. Even if you're a man watching this, you still need to step back. And so you need to allow other people to take the lead. You're here to guide others. You're here to put yourself in a position where you are respected and what you have to say is really valued. And the only way that you can demonstrate your value is not by everything that you've achieved, and is not by letting everybody know how great you are. It's by actually seeing your own value first. And you do that by becoming obsessed about the weird thing that you're obsessed about. If somebody would have asked me 7 years ago when I discovered human design that this was something that would grow into an incredible successful business, I would have said, you're crazy. That's not possible. Nobody knows about human design. That's for the weird people like me and like you. But it has grown into something that is exponentially growing, and consciousness is hungry to understand more and more who we've come to be and what our purpose is. And so understanding our energetics is such an incredible way to really deepen that knowledge about ourselves. And so for you as a projector, the only way that you can remove resistance in your life is when you start honoring your value, when you start pulling back your energy, and you stop trying to get outside recognition all the time. You really have to feed your own consciousness. You have to fill your own void first. And once you understand your worth, you won't be just hungry for outside recognition, giving away your wisdom for free. You will understand and you will honor what a value it is to have you in somebody's life, how much you contribute with your perspective and your opinion and your point of view to other people's expansion, because your success is deeply tied to other people's success, meaning that you are the catalyst for other people's success. Having you in somebody else's life will bring that other person more success, and that is why being recognized is the first step. You need to be recognized before your wisdom lands. And the moment that you start overpassing your energetic boundary, you're losing your sense of self-worth. And we are never attracted by somebody who doesn't have self-worth. We are attracted by somebody who has high values, high standards, and high boundaries, because they embody a quality that we admire, that we aspire. And that is your job as a projector. So waiting for the invitation isn't always like a golden envelope with your name on it, although it could be. But it is a subtle, energetic respect and admiration that comes with you truly feeling seen by the other person. And only when you truly feel recognized and seen, then you can share your opinion, your guidance, and your wisdom. For you as a generator, you are just so incredibly conditioned that your safety feels threatened when you decide to do the things that you love. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild that you have been so trained and conditioned to listen to your own inner guidance, that you're an adult that has difficulty saying no, that doesn't know what to eat, what to wear, what to study, what to do with your life? Even though, you know, you have this strong connection built in you that is guiding you towards the direction of your purpose. And so when we talk about responding to life, it is a very simple strategy that is active. I literally hate, I always say dislike, but I actually hate it, okay? I'm becoming radical these days. I absolutely hate when the internet says that generators need a way to respond. No. Waiting is for the projectors, you just need to respond. Why? Because it's in the moment, in the now, in the yes, in the no. And so it is your magnetic aura pulling the right people, opportunities, and chances into your orbit. And you like them or you don't, and you want them or you don't, and you're like, ugh, or yes, okay? Trust that energy. Trust what comes up, and I know it's scary, okay? Just because I'm saying that this is simple doesn't mean it's easy. I understand, and I think it's very valuable to honor the fact that we are afraid to be authentic because we've been taught that being authentic, being whole, that our whole authentic self is not safe to show up, right? So it is a natural survival mechanism that is keeping you trapped away from your sensuality, your sexuality, your joy, your desire, and your creative input. But the moment that you allow yourself to tap into that power, you are fierce, you are magnetic, you are radiant, you are juicy, and that is the energy that we need. So it is very simple, and yet it is scary. You just have to trust yourself in every moment. And how can you create trust? How can you create, a sense of bravery within you? It is really doing the thing and failing and being able to deal with the failure. Like, people come to me and they're like, yeah, but give me like the foolproof strategy. I'm like, yeah, you have to respond, or you need to wait for the invitation, whatever your energy type is, right? And they're like, yeah, but that's scary. And I'm like, yeah, but it's only scary because you haven't built the confidence in yourself to deal with the shit that comes with making a mistake, or doing something that doesn't work out, or responding incorrectly. Like, we make mistakes, we're humans. There's nothing in the world that will prevent you from making mistakes. So all of this excuse of like, oh, it's perfection, it's not good enough, I want to learn more, I need to know more before. All of those things are just a way to keep you stuck and a way to lower your confidence, because you're not proving to yourself that you can feel the fear and do it anyway. For you as the manifesting generator, generally, you can always go and check out what the generator is about and what the manifestor is about. But I like to give you your own little pedestal, because anybody who's ever met a manifesting generator knows you are not to be put as a subcategory to anybody. No idea who came up with the concept that manifesting generators are a subcategory to generators, because I do not subscribe to that, ladies and gentlemen. So you need to respond to life. You need to be in the present moment. You have to trust yourself. Usually manifesting generators, because you're so fierce, so independent, and so fast, you have learned to pivot. You have this natural capacity to be like, oh, this isn't working, let's pivot, let's change, let's switch. You're like a bunny running in a zigzag. No, this way, okay, this way, this way, this way. So fear of failure is not something that is high in your energetic makeup, usually. But what is the fear of trusting the universe will do its job. And so where you overcompensate is in your dominance, is in your masculine energy, is in your capacity to initiate, because you have a defined throat. So you will often be disconnected from your sacral because you haven't built up the trust within yourself to listen to your desires, or you are really in tune with your strength and you don't want to lose control, and so you try to force and overpower people with your desire and your input. And so again, you're not responding to life. You think that you're responding to life, but you're just in this whirlwind of intensity that is trying to hustle, that is trying to get shit done, that is like, always on this on mode of like moving forward and strategizing on how to get what it is that you want. So the moment that you really relax into the trust that you are divinely guided, that there is no feminine energy and no masculine energy that is wrong within you. You know, nowadays with society, especially if you're a woman watching this, there's so much talk about you have to be in your divine feminine. Yes, but also you specifically are allowed to tap into your masculinity. You can switch it up, okay? So allow yourself to fluidly embody what is asked from you in every moment so that you don't get stuck and you don't trip up with being disconnected from your joy, your pleasure, your creativity, which will drain your energy, but also not so afraid of letting go and collaborating with the universe and trusting in the divine guidance that you're just operating from this fierce, strong, dominant energy that just doesn't come along very nice. Like, people don't specifically like being dominated. We all want to have at least the feeling of free will, right? And when you come in and you sweep in, and oftentimes it's so charismatic, it's so electric that people don't notice. But that will create resentment. So you need to come in from this response mechanism, from the divine guiding, from the feminine energy of like, I trust the universe to bring me the right people, opportunities, and chances. And once I have them, once I'm feeling into them, then I can attack. Then I can go after what I want. And this is the wild part. As a manifestor, you do not even have to collaborate with the universe because the universe speaks through you, literally, okay? And so your natural way of moving out of resistance, or you know what, not even trying to find resistance because you just want to create peace, you just want to be left alone, you just want peace for yourself, but the only way that you can remove resistance in your life is by actually confronting what you definitely don't want to confront. Your natural habitat is like, I want peace, I won't say anything, people leave me alone and I'll just do my thing. But that is energetically not possible because every time you move, your energetic body is just like slapping people in the face and everybody's like, where are you going? What are you doing? What you're up to? And you're like, oh, leave me alone, I just want to be doing my thing, okay? So what is the best chance you have to be left alone? Telling everybody what's up. Your strategy is to inform. It's a very simple process where you open your mouth and make a sound from your defined throat and you tell people what you want, what you feel, what you're doing, what you've been up to. People need to know because you have this closed aura. And so the only way that you can create some kind of like sense for people to see what's going on behind those closed doors, behind that closed energetic, is when you talk. Because when you talk, you open this little door in your energetic field. And then people are like, oh, I see what you're doing now. I'm gonna leave you alone because we respect, we understand, we want to, it's like when there is divine masculine in the room, nobody is going to want to challenge that. You know what I mean? And so once you show that by peacefully sharing what your plan is, what you want, what you need, what you're up to, that is when we can understand your energetic superiority and we'll just roll out the red carpet and be like, yeah, please go on. I won't disturb you anymore. But you need to let us know. And that is the way that we understand what you need, and that's the way that you will find least resistance in your life. And so oftentimes you might think it's by, you know, yelling at people or being aggressive or like being loud because you've been told that you're a manifestor, so you're loud energetically. But that doesn't mean you have to use your force. We already know. You're the one who's lacking the understanding of how powerful you are, and that's why you think you have to move into like, you know, power mode, but we don't need you to be doing power mode. We need you to bring peace into our life. And the moment that you share and you explain and you inform us of what you're up to, we're going to be so grateful that we actually now understand who you are, what you need, and naturally we will just take a step back so that you can shine and lead us into the right direction. And for you, my beautiful reflector, you need to wait 28 days to make an aligned decision. So this is a different strategy than all of the energy types have, and it's not as straightforward because it's not like you can apply it today, right? It is actually the only strategy of all of the energy types that you cannot apply today. You can apply it in 28 days. So the reason you need to feel out those 28 days is because with every season, with every week, with every cellular activation, and with every kind of genetic, neutrino input, you will feel the transits in your body graph and you will shift your energetics, meaning 1 week it can be a projector, the next it can be a manifesting generator, and so on and so forth. And so the moment that you really embody that patience, that deep understanding that who you are is okay to be, and that nothing and no one who can't wait for you to make an aligned decision and show up authentically was never meant to be in your life in the first place. And I know this can be scary because we live in a society where everything should have been decided yesterday and you need to be very narrowed down on how you show up. But the truth is that as a reflector, you need that time to assess correctly. And so the moment that you do that, you actually remove so much resistance in your life because you're not doing things too fast. You know, oftentimes we think that if we act now, if we act immediately, if we make a decision right now, then we will have more clarity. But sometimes the magic is in not doing anything. And that is your magic. Your magic is, I'm not doing anything and I'm gonna watch how things unfold. Many times we discover the character of a person not by digging or stalking, but by actually just sitting down and watching what they do. And you have a full cycle, a full month, a full lunar calendar where you can sit down and you can just observe and you can watch and you can let it all play out by itself. And maybe after 28 days you need to make a decision, but maybe God, the universe, aligned forces will have made that decision for you already. So don't do more than you need to. You're this beautiful light being. Allow the world to figure itself out while you're being in your authentic energy. So here's the tricky part, right? These strategies are very simple, are very straightforward, and you can apply them immediately. You can finish this video after you've subscribed and left a comment, and then you can be like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the invitation. Okay, I'm gonna respond, right? I'm gonna inform. But the tricky part is that there is this childhood belief in most of us where we have grown up in an environment where being our whole, full, authentic self was not accepted and we were punished emotionally or even physically. And so we learn that who we are is not safe. And so we started having all of these coping mechanisms and adapting to social and environmental conditioning because we need to mask who we truly are to feel a sense of safety and belonging. And that is a very human quality. And I want you to be kind to that part of yourself that's showing up inauthentically and is distorting your expression of self, because that is the only way that you have learned you will receive love and you'll be safe. So instead of hating the part of yourself that is right now in the trenches, instead of, judging or bringing more shame to the already shameful side of yourself that is hiding in the dark, too afraid to be seen because it's feeling unlovable, the moment that you bring that out and you look it into the eyes and you ask it, listen, my beautiful shadow, afraid, distorted self, what is it you need? What is it I can give you? What are you here to teach me about myself? How can I create a more loving, empowering, empathic conversation with my whole authentic self? How can I become the adult that will stand up for the needs of my inner child self? Because that is what happens when we're triggered, when we're in a situation where we're stuck, when we're feeling unlovable. It is that inner child that is too afraid to speak and to act and to express its need because it's been taught that it's not safe to express its needs. And so now it is your time. This is your challenge and your chance to become the adult that would have protected your child. And that is something to be proud of. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please like and subscribe. It means the world to see this channel grow. Even though I don't talk about this, it actually costs me more to produce, edit, and have this YouTube channel up and running than the money that I make from the ads that you see at the beginning of the video. So your just support by sharing, liking, and engaging in the video means the world and keeps me going. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to download your free guide to tap into your purpose and understand the gifts that you've come to express in this lifetime. And remember, I don't care what anybody says, I love you.